You're with RT, and back to one of our top stories. President Obama is on the defensive over the anti-American movement sparked by a U.S.-made film mocking the Prophet Muhammad. At the UN General Assembly, he said hate speech should not be used as an excuse to commit violence. Let's get more perspective on this from Russ Baker, who's the editor of news website WhoWhatWhy.com. Good to see you there, Mr. Baker. Thanks for being here on RT. Now, President Obama says the U.S. has nothing to do with the video. But if that's the case, is the Muslim world awash with anti-U.S. slogans and burning of the American flags?
I think the larger issue is one of the sorts of things that are never discussed: poverty, the failure of people in those countries, as in most countries, to have control over their own destiny. And I think that's the subtext that never really emerges in the coverage of these kinds of things. I'm particularly interested, for example, in Libya. There is virtually no discussion of the fact that the ambassador who was tragically killed was actually in there early on, helping to foment the uprising that got rid of Gaddafi. And as you know, our website, WhoWhatWhy, is very focused on the why, the background story to what's really going on in Libya, what's really going on in Syria, what's really going on in Iran. I thought that Obama's speech was quite masterful in terms of balancing a kind of a sophisticated presentation of purported ideals, but I think it has very, very little to do with the real motivations in policy in that region.
Now, the U.S. advocates democracy and freedom of speech. Do you think that people have the right to express these views and should be respected for them, and that perhaps parts of the Muslim community have overreacted over this?
Well, my take is that religion of all kinds provides both comfort to people and causes grave problems, and I think that we ought to be able to candidly express ourselves in terms of how we feel about religion, just as how we feel about politics or anything else. As an investigative reporter, I'm very, very suspicious of this film itself. It seems to me a sophisticated effort to deliberately create a very crude and unsophisticated product. I think there's more to that story of who it was.
Right. We look like we've actually lost Mr. Baker there, but we'll keep taking note of this story as we continue here on RT.